In today's video, we're gonna go from this to this. Check it out.
Welcome to Life Was Ordinary. Subscribe.
Good morning to you, Rooster. It is going to be a beautiful day here in Texas. The old pool is down. I got a good 6 years out of it. It did awesome. As you can see, I cut the bottom liner out of the old pool, and I'm leaving that down because I never had any issues with weeds or anything trying to grow up under it. So I'm just going to leave that as an extra barrier for the new pool. And also, it's kind of marking the spot because, as you can see, we have the deck here. So I want to butt it right up to the deck as close as it was. So it's going to take some tinkering to do, but we'll get it done. So a lot of people use sand under their pool. I never had any issues with how I prepared the bottom here, and it's been great. So again, I'm going to leave that liner. We'll put the new pool over this and just try to get everything leveled, and I'm going to show you from start to finish how to install an Intex pool. And real quick before we get started, hit that subscribe button for us. It really helps the channel out. We do a ton of pool videos throughout the year. I'm going to, again, today we're going to install a brand new pool as it is out of the box. But my next video is going to be how I like to plumb my Intex pool. So I'm not going to show you how I plumb it today. We're just going to set the pool up as is, get it going. But then I'm going to make another video on how I like to add some PVC, some ball valves, and just make the plumbing a little more stout. Okay, so this is the Intex I prefer to go with. It is more expensive than, you know, some of the basic Intex. The thing I like about it is it's 18 foot, 52 inches deep. The cheaper Intex is 42 inches deep. They still make a good product. But like I said, my old pool, I got a good 6 years out of it, and it did great. 60 minutes install, I don't really agree with that. You know, you really want to get the wrinkles out of the bottom of a pool before you start filling it with water. The legs have to be level and straight, and you start filling it with water, those get harder to move. The biggest thing is getting the wrinkles out of the bottom of the pool. But let's get it open, let's get it out in the sun. It'll help to soften up the liner and get it pliable, and we'll start installing. So they give you this tarp that comes with the pool. It's very thin, but it you know, it just helps to put it as underneath the liner, which I still have my other pool liner on the bottom, but I'm going to put this on top, and it will help on the sides with some weed control. I'm going to put some river rock on the outside of the pool here. When we're all done with some pavers, it'll look good. So lay that down first, get it square, and then get your pool, and we're going to roll it out. Okay. It's not easy. I suggest you having multiple people to help. It goes a lot easier the more you have. You're going to get it centered out there, and you're going to stretch, grab the bottom where it starts to curve, and pull this way, pull that way, this way, as tight as you can before you start to put the top rails in. Okay, this is all the legs and the top rails. They just slide the legs into the rails. Okay, so the top rails have a hole on this end and a hole on this end. That's how you know it's the top rail. And they're shorter. They're not as long as the legs. The legs only have a hole on one end right there. Okay, a tip. It is much easier with two people. Have somebody open this hole and the other person slide the pipe through. This one went in through like butter. It's really not that hot today, so it's working pretty good. So let's get some more top rails in. Okay, so here's how the connectors work. You're gonna push that button from the bottom. Okay, snaps right in. Then here's the other side. Okay.
Boom.
Locked in?
Yep.
That's how you connect the ends. Here's what I'm saying. Have somebody spread it wide. Slides right in. There you go, push. There you go. Okay, we are on the last top rail, and this is by far the hardest. You're definitely gonna need two people for this. You have to put a lot of pressure pushing this way, a lot of pressure pushing that way to get it to get over this edge and push that button. Okay, the top rail is complete. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put a leg here. I'm gonna skip that. Put a leg there, skip that, that way I get the whole thing up and I can kind of gauge where it's gonna be, and then I'll put the other legs in. Okay, with the legs, you have to make sure, looks like a little cup holder, okay? The leg will slide through that and then connect into here, and then you'll put the cup on the bottom of the leg. So again, we're gonna do one, we're gonna skip one, do the next. Okay, I'm pretty happy with where the pool is right now. I'm pretty much lined up to the deck like I was before. Like I said, I've turned my plumbing a little bit. The return was over there. I moved it here because I wanted the pump more in front of me here, and the Intex right here. Just by sight here, it looks really level. Now, I want to cover something real quick. A lot of people like to use pavers under here. I don't like to use pavers personally because, you know, they're usually about that thick. If you don't bury them flush, when your pool starts to fill, the liner will hit the edge of the concrete of the paver. And, you know, if you're in the pool swimming, you hit your toe on that, it's going to hurt. It could damage the liner over time if it keeps getting rubbed. So here's what I like to do. And I did it last time, I'm going to do it again. This is the liner from my old pool. You can use any plastic though. I take a piece of pine and I wrap it with this liner and I lay it under each leg. It's not thick, but it stabilizes it. And I wrap it in this to kind of keep it a little water sealed a little bit. Water still gets to the side, but the old ones I had, 6 years old and they're still doing. So I'm gonna replace all those, but I'm gonna wrap them with this liner from the old pool that I cut up and used. So that's what I'm doing now. But you really wanna stabilize the legs because if you get a lot of rain, the mud will tend to lower the legs into the dirt. And that's when your pool could really get to doing some sag and it being uneven. Okay guys, that's what I'm talking about. So I got those all the way around. It's low, the liner's never gonna hit it. It's not gonna cause any issues. It's got liner on itself, so it's not gonna rub that liner like a piece of concrete would. Just the way I do it. If you wanna use pavers, I just suggest burying them. Burying the pavers as best you can, that's all. So we really feel like it's really level as best as it's gonna get. So Chase is in there now. He is crawling the floor. Chase, show him what I was suggesting you do. Get on your hands and knees in the middle and then push in each direction. It's going, there you go, just like that. It will help you get the wrinkles out before you start your water. Do it as best as you can, start in the middle and work out to the edge. And then he'll get up, do the other side, go the other direction. We're about to start the water and he's gonna continue that process for the first couple inches of water. That is gonna help you get all the wrinkles out of the bottom of the pool. Okay, one more tip. As you're filling the pool, constantly walk the pool to make sure your legs are level and straight, because they will move as the pool gets weight to it. These walls will push out. These right here, make sure they're flat. Do not let a wrinkle in there, because if there's a wrinkle, you will not get that wrinkle out, okay? Once it's full, it's too heavy and you can't move it. So check that. Keep your legs on the edge of whatever you have under it, or the liner could push up against it in time. So it's a long process. The water is starting and he's gonna keep pushing out wrinkles as we go. Okay, I wanna reiterate how important it is to get those wrinkles out. This bottom is gonna be so smooth. There is no, he got them all out. There's no wrinkles. And now what he's doing as it's filling, he's gonna go through the corners and just keep kicking that edge out and smoothing it out. So as the water fills up, it's gonna, you know, stop any wrinkles from trying to form. So it's just very important. It's time consuming, but it is so worth it in the end. Okay, ladder is put together. I didn't videotape that. It's really, really simple. It comes with instructions to do the ladder. Piece of cake. Since I have the deck, I have it rigged up this way where it kind of goes through the deck and into the pool. It's very sturdy. Put another old piece of liner under there. I'm gonna put weed block under here before I fill it in with rock. So ladder's done, filling up very nicely. Again, continue to walk around. I say every 30 minutes to make sure your legs are level, which I just did mine, and make sure you stretch out the vinyl, the light gray piece. You don't want it to fold up and and crease. Be as smooth as you can. Now let's start hooking up the pump and everything. The one thing I do like about Intex, especially the model pool that I have, the Ultra, they give you good quality pipes. This is the good stuff. Okay, this stuff will last for years. The only problem that I have is they give you this stuff, which does not last for years. But I'm gonna hook it up because this video is about a base, installing this model. So I'm gonna install it just like they tell you to in the instructions. But again, I will have another video in a few weeks showing you my upgrade plumbing system. We're gonna start with the return first. So this inside, outside. So you unscrew this part first. Okay. Then you want to unscrew this. Okay. This rubber part goes on the inside of the pool. So you, just like that, you push it through. You want this hole facing up. You want that pretty tight so it's not going to leak on you. Now, this part unscrews, okay? That's how you can control the direction of the water right there. So that just screws on the inside. Okay, then you take this part. There's a rubber seal in here. Push it up to that. Spin this. You just want to get it good hand tight. There we go. There's a little cap in here we're going to put in there. That's to control some air that helps your return flow. So now you have a hose clamp. You have this clear, cheaper hose. The reason I don't like this hose is it's brittle. When the sun beats on it, after probably the second year, you get cracks in this thing really easily. That's why I like to upgrade my plumbing. So, but that's going to be the next video. So you're going to take this. Again, these caps come off, or you can clean the debris off of here. So we'll keep it off for now. You're going to push this through the inside, just like that. You want to push it through as best you can. It's going to end up right there. That's fine. And you get your hose clamp on there. You'll take some force, you get it on there. Get your screwdriver and tighten it down. So now that we have both sides on, now we slide this on, just like that. Just like that, then tighten those down. Okay, now, as you can see, I'm using these 12 by 12 concrete pieces here for the base of my pump, and then I'm gonna rock the rest of it. But so got the pump sitting here. This is where the water comes in, enters the filter. Let's take that off. Take this screen out right here. You're gonna push it right there. Kind of locks in. Then you take that nut, get it on there, screen, cap. There we go. Let's get the next part. Okay, so now this obviously sits right in here. It's got grooves that it sits in. So I'll take this off in a second, but this cover, you need to keep this cover on because when you put the sand in here, that covers this hole from sand getting through this pipe. So we're gonna take this off next. You can see in there, there's some lines where it shows minimum and maximum. So we're gonna fill our pool sand up to that maximum line. We'll put a little water in there too, just to get the pool sand to settle real nice. But now next we've got to hook up the long hose from here and connect it to the front right there. And then we'll have our return hose that'll go from the top of the pump, which we'll do after we get the sand in there. That'll go to the return right here. Okay, we got the sand in there now. Now is the time to put the top of the pump on. So sand is up to the max line. I put some water in there to help it sit. So that goes on just like that. Okay, here's your waste end. That's where you're going to kick out all your junk. So now we got to put this ring back on. Just like that. There you go. So you want the open ends where that line is. So you got this little plug here. What it does is it screws in here, and I got my drill. I'm gonna drill it in on both ends. I'm not gonna go too tight until I get the other one going. Okay, that one's, they're kind of spaced out really good, so go ahead and tighten down. And again, they give us a little black rubber cap. You just put it on the end of the threads there. That one is right there. Okay, so the top of your filter, your pump sand filter is done. So let's get this hose hooked up. The last hose to connect is right here. That screws on there. And this bends right there. I'm not gonna do it with one hand. There is the filter setup. So again, this is the plumbing that comes with it. Other than that hose technically is supposed to be on that side, but I have my pump and filter here because I'm adding a skimmer here in a week or two, and I need it to be right there. But technically your pump and filter could be over a little bit and use that hose over here and the longer one over there. It's the same exact hose, that one's just a little bit longer. So return is set up, inlets are set up, so your water comes in here, goes through the filter system, through the sand, cleans out, goes back into the pool there. So now we just wait. We're still filling the pool. I got 2 hoses filling it. I'm gonna keep checking the level, keep checking to make sure that my legs are level and I don't have to move anything. And obviously keep checking that light gray part in the middle there, because it will tighten as it fills up. I am stepping out for an update. I've been checking really every 45 minutes to an hour. My legs are all level. I've been working on this all day too. Told you it's gonna look cool. Let's see the water. Oh yeah. Look at how smooth that bottom is. That looks awesome. It is now day 2. I shut it down last night and finished filling it this morning. So what you do next, make sure that valve is open. You want to get water flowing through your lines, check for any leaks, get water in here. Now this won't always fill up, so what you got to do is open this a little bit. It'll let air in, see water comes out, and then tighten it back down. It'll fill that with water. The pump and filter already has water. Make sure this is open. You got that cap on, which I'll talk about that in a second. We're gonna press power. Water is flowing. And the pump is doing what it is designed to do. Okay, so this little topper thing here, this just creates bubbles in the water. It adds air to the water. So if you remove that, you kind of hear it. See all the bubbles? Just kind of helps to aerate the water a little bit more, kind of move it a little bit more. And then you cover it, they're gonna go away. So I kind of like to leave it open. Makes me feel like I'm getting a little bit better flow, even though it's probably not any different. So that is it. The pool is finished. So just to wrap things up, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's a little bit longer, but I tried to give every little detail on start to finish on how to install these Intex pools. I have a ton of videos coming up this year. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Again, I'm about to replumb everything. I will add a skimmer. I'm going to, which I do have a video for. I will link that in the description of this. And I'm going to add some new plumbing here and redo this design. I'm not thrilled with those hoses from Intex. All the other hoses are great, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to plumb this a little bit different. Again, I have videos on lights for the pool, on a fountain for the pool, the skimmer, just a ton of videos through this channel. You can scroll through and maybe they'll help you with your pool too. So again, just thank you for watching this video, and have a blessed pool season.